Good evening, everybody, and welcome to oNiD's Racing Sundays. We're here for round 3 of the GT3 Championship at a very dark Silverstone in Northamptonshire, England. My name is Cammy Sturch, and I'm joined in the commentary booth again by Dan Connolly.
Hello, good evening. It is a dark and spooky night here at Silverstone.
It is, isn't it? Headlights
It
are
is,
on,
yeah.
and we're just following Johnny Seville, who wasn't happy there. Flashing the lights on, certainly wasn't happy by being he was passed by a driver on an outlap, so he was trying to slow down, I think, just to give himself space to Hearn, and then he had a car on an outlap, an invalid lap, just fly past him into the gap he was planning to race in. So
Yeah.
it's like when you leave a gap on the motorway to the car ahead, and then somebody just jumps into that gap.
All the time you have to leave it a space.
All the time you have to leave it a space. We're halfway through qualifying. We thought we'd give the first 10 minutes a miss because it is a long qualifying session, really. It's a half an hour long, and obviously qualifying only gets exciting when you get into the last 5-10 minutes, really. At the start, everybody's tweaking setups and just getting safe banker laps in as join Mav Gardner, just rounding Stowe at the end of the hangar straight in the BMW.
Yeah, he's almost a second up, so he's obviously pushing at the minute, so he's found a bit of speed here. Looking to get a fast lap in.
Possibly jump him up about 9 places up the grid, up the order, if he can hold on to that. He's just coming across the Hamilton straight start-finish line, which is, of course, not the start-finish line we use for GT racing. As he flies through Abbey into Farm Curve up towards the slowest part of the circuit, and the part of the circuit I hate.
It's a tricky little section, this here, and you can be easily caught out. Especially this corner here always catches me out. I always end up just running a little bit too wide or scrubbing too much speed.
Yeah, the loop is a difficult one to get right. You're sort of having to get your car, all the way over to the right, and then you've got a sharp left, and it's easy to run out wide as you head towards the left-hand Kinker entry. As we're just following Mav coming round Brooklands now, then it's the long right-hander at Luffield, and if he's still up, yeah, he'll see himself jump up about 5 rows up the grid. We ride on board with Mav coming out of Woodcut now. Oh, he was on the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very wide line for Woodcut.
Let's see that.
Oh, he's invalidated the lap.
Invalidated.
Yeah, that was very
strange. He was. I'd say he's kicking himself because he was 1.1 seconds up, so he was on a very quick time.
David's just saying I'm quiet, Dan, so it might be worth having a look at my audio levels there.
Oh yeah.
I'm quiet.
Well, let's make you not so quiet.
I actually read it at first and thought Dave said Cammy's super cute, by the way. And it's like, oh, quiet. He said quiet. Oh, okay.
It's the ego there getting the better of you.
Yeah. Ahoy, hoy. Ahoy, hoy, Dave. We follow Colin Cameron in the NSX. He's just coming through Vale up towards the chicane, the left then the right, which takes him onto the Hamilton straight. He's currently in 15th place, 4th overall in the AM class. That's being led at the moment by Petr Jelinek, who sits 9th overall, just ahead of Henry Handy. See in the background there, Brendan Rooney in the pro class. He's sitting 11th. Uncharacteristically low for Brendan. We're used to Brendan being on the front few rows of the grid. He's struggling around this Silverstone circuit in the Porsche, whereas Dan Hearn seems to be making it work. He's up in 5th place. All Out Fops. Look at Colin's sexy livery. So good, the maker should be proud. AKA me. Yeah, I think we're used to seeing liveries made by Ben, aren't we? B22R. He does some incredible liveries.
Yeah, it's all right. No, sorry, I was sorry, I was tweaking some things in the background there, but on a side note there of Ben, I used to enjoy watching his streams where he used to actually stream him designing the liveries.
Oh, I didn't know he did that.
He did it for a little bit, and I don't think he does it anymore, which I'm quite sad about because I used to enjoy that. So Ben, if you're listening, get back to doing some livery streams, please. Thank you.
Yeah, do them as like an ASMR video as well.
Yeah.
Then we can fall asleep to them.
Yeah, because Ben has a nice soothing voice as well.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Like, so I'd be a big fan of that.
All the clicky sounds as well. That'd be good for ASMR.
Yeah.
As we're following Quinten
would
van Wingerden in 16th at the moment.
Yeah, he's on a steamer here at the minute. He's 8 tenths up on his lap, so he's clearly got rid of the sandbags. He's found a bit of speed here.
Yeah, that could get him up into 10th place. If he can hold on to that. Mr. Walker 2552 making liveries on stream are rough on viewership. Are they really?
Well, I know Mr. Walker here. He actually does. He does a lot of liveries on Forza in the Forza games. So I suppose it's kind of a. What would you say? It's kind of a niche thing.
Yeah, because some artists, you can be a brilliant artist, and one person will be drawing some original work and have 2 people watching. But if somebody's doing something for a video game, then you're going to get all that video game's fans going, "Oh, I love that game." And again, Vingerden taking a very wide line through Woodcut. We saw the same with Mav Gardner, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and
although he's invalidated the lap as well.
I was just about to say, yeah,
16th. So what they're doing is, because they've invalidated the lap, they're trying to get a straighter line on over the start finish line. So, as straight as they can. So they've carried as much speed from the moment they cross the line. One driver who is not doing that and is taking the optimum racing line, really cutting through Woodcut, goes from 11th to 9th. A great lap there from Rooney. We're used to seeing him up in the sort of top 5, top 6, but qualifying is one thing. The race can be a completely different beast.
Yeah, especially with a race this long, qualifying's not everything. You could have a very kind of a chaotic first few laps, and if you kind of play it safe, you could find yourself climbing up that order very, very quickly. Kind of like what we seen earlier this morning in the Formula 1, if anybody was watching. Very chaotic.
Yeah, that wasn't it? I mean, I have to admit, I only caught highlights because 5:45 in the morning came. I looked at the phone and just went, ugh, and just went back to bed.
Just rolled back over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just rolled over straight back to bed, and I thought, oh, it'd just be a procession and Verstappen will win.
Well, I
like that.
I had a few sherries last night, so I woke up to watch it, but I was kind of like falling asleep because I was watching in my bed. I was kind of falling asleep, and every now and again I'd just wake up to Crofty going, "Oh no!" and I'd be like shocked to being awake. But yeah, very chaotic. So look, we could have
watching on your phone or like on a laptop.
Oh, on my phone. Yeah, I was all tucked up. I was cozy in my bed, all wrapped up, watching my phone. So of course I was gonna fall asleep. But Crofty kept shouting and waking me up. So
yeah, don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah. Where's the ASMR F1 broadcasts? You know what I mean?
Well, Crofty just going, and it's lights out and away we go. Hamilton's off to an excellent start.
Oh, and through goes Hamilton. I'd like to watch that.
Yeah, just some Formula 1 motorsport BS.
Just a once off on April Fools. Yeah.
We're getting into the weird topics way too soon here. We're not even into the race. As Rooney is 10th at the moment, doesn't improve. He's been knocked down to 10th, actually. I think Henry Handy's gone quicker. And he's off the back end through just out the exit at Copse Corner. He holds on to it, but he pulls over onto the slip road there, returns to the garage. I wonder if he's looking to get that rear end a little bit more stable. One thing I do know about Brendan Rooney being his teammate is that he runs horrendous setups. Like, he's quick with them, but you give them... Like, he handed me one of his setups, and it was like one of those skid pan cars.
Oh, he likes the slippy.
Where they've got the trolley wheels on the back, so the rear wheels aren't making full contact with the ground. It was horrific.
Yeah.
27 Detox says the game volume is muted.
It's coming through for me. I'll turn it up for you, but it is coming through for myself.
It's not coming through on Discord. On Twitch, I mean.
Well, you should be definitely hearing it now. It could be a little bit too loud, maybe even.
Yeah, that might be a little bit too loud, but it wasn't coming through on Twitch.
There we go. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, you should be hearing it now. There we go. Everyone's happy.
I don't know if it is coming through on Twitch still.
Oh, it should be. Surely it should be now.
No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. I just had to. It's hard to check when you got two sound sources coming out from the same
Cammy's
place.
trying to gaslight me here, folks. This is what we have to deal with. Tammy and our gaslighting.
I've never heard it of you when you're gaslighting. Oh.
I do. I like to accuse people of gaslighting. I like to gaslight gaslighters by gaslighting them about gaslighting.
It's getting way too meta for me. As we following Matt High, he's currently in 4th position, 8 tenths down from Johnny Seville's fastest time of a 1:56.6. 2 tenths back is Watson, 4 tenths back is Hilden. So some quite big splits. Only the top 6 are within a second.
Yeah, it does seem to be a bit of a hierarchy here forming now. So, as you can see, those times are quickly starting to fall away. Even from 3rd place onwards, it's just kind of falling back.
Yeah, we're quite used to seeing the top 20, maybe, sort of within a second or a second and a half. But Ollie Knowles down in 20th is almost 2.5 seconds back. So I don't know if it's some drivers are less familiar driving in the dark, but the track is pretty cool and it is optimum.
It could literally just be the lack of visibility that is putting some drivers off, you know.
Steamed Bambino in the chat, which is Brendan Rooney, says, "Evening all."
Good evening.
Welcome, Brendan. You're doing very well at the moment. You're in 11th place. I have to say, we expected you a little bit higher. I mean, he was in the Challenge Series last year, sort of the Split 2. He was constantly fighting for the win, and he definitely has the pace to do the same in this split. But yeah, something, whether it's the night, whether it's the Porsche around Silverstone, something's not working out for him. There's only 4 minutes left of qualifying, so any drivers who want to get one more lap should sort of think about heading out now. That would be like Lindblom and Cameron especially want to get out. If Dave Zalecki wants to get on top of the AM class, that's currently led by Henry Handy. Oh, he's had a very busy week, so his pace is slacking. What have you been up to this week?
Life getting in the way. Life getting in the way of the sim racing.
Yeah, that's why I don't sim race anymore, really. I've got the setup, and even if I thought, oh, I'll take it down, I've got nowhere to put it, you know? It's a big track racer, tubular steel thing. Not really anywhere it can go.
Yes.
So it just has to sit there until I fancy racing again, rather than commentating.
Yeah, I have my setup like literally right next to me, but being the greatest boyfriend in the world that I am, I actually gave my other monitor to my girlfriend. So she has my 3rd monitor, so I have no monitor for racing at the minute, so I need to get that replaced because it's currently just collecting dust.
Well, my sim rig is you know, almost clean clothes get draped over it. Not dirty enough for the basket, not clean enough for the wardrobe. They go on the sim rig.
They're in that limbo.
That's it. Usually it'd be the office chair, but they go over the what seat is it? It's not a Recaro seat, but I guess Track Racer just make their own seats. Oh, what was Jongen doing? It looked like he was heading for the pits and then realised that's the wrong pit lane.
Yeah, I thought that as well. It was like he almost got lost. Coming back out with the V12.
Had it not been for the cones there.
Yeah, I think the cone saved him.
As he moves off the racing line to let the Pulse car of Hagel go through. Jongen in the V12 Aston Martin, an unusual choice. Does sound great. Ben Brown earlier was saying he wished he'd chosen it as we're jumping on board Jeroen Jongen's V12 Aston.
In for a little listen.
Of course, I thought because Lawrence Stroll owns Aston Martin, but I always thought he just owned like a F1 portion of the team. I didn't realise he owned Aston Martin as a whole.
The entire company, yeah.
Yeah, Aston Martin. Well, when we looked it up, do you know Aston Martin's full name?
No, I don't.
Because if you look it up, like, oh, who owns Aston Martin? It says Lawrence Stroll owns Aston Martin Lagonda.
Lagonda. Where does the Lagonda come from?
I'm not sure. I'm sure they did a car called the Aston Martin Lagonda, but yeah, it comes up Aston Martin Lagonda, I think Holdings or something like that. But yeah, Lagonda is definitely part of the Aston Martin name, and it sounds great, but you don't see it written on the cars.
No. They did make a car called the Lagonda, and it is absolutely insane looking. It's.
Is it that long one that's like a
Yeah,
wedge,
it's got
like a wedge for a door?
Yeah, it's got a super long nose on it that comes down into like almost a point.
Bit DeLorean-y with its sort of stainless steel metal look.
Yeah, almost. It's very peculiar looking.
Gullwing doors, did it have? I think I know the one.
I don't know if it's Gullwing. No, I don't think they're Gullwing doors.
Oh, were they not?
No.
I always thought they were. Alex Harvey is 6th at the moment in the second of the BMWs. We're just running out of time now. 10 seconds left. He'll be able to finish this lap. Nobody's going to be able to start a new lap. You can see Colin Cameron rounding Luffield, but he's not going to reach the line. He's not even going to reach Woodcut. There it is. The checkered flag is out. Colin is not going to be able to get an extra lap in. Car number 4 crosses the line. That's Sasha King. She goes 20th. So again, it's a few drivers we expect to see further up. Sasha King, usually one fighting for podium spots, but in starting 20th this evening, one car stopped on track. That was Mav Gardner, just at Vale.
Yeah, I think the nighttime, maybe the lack of visibility just catches some people out.
Marcus Hagel stays 4th. I think he improved, but he will be starting this evening's race on the 2nd row unless Matt High can deny him.
Matt High, he's currently 1/10 up. He's actually fallen back down. He's actually gone down into 6th now. Or was he in? No, he was in 6th before. But no, obviously had a bit of a bad exit to that corner. Now he's after dropping back down now.
We've got 2 other cars just approaching Luffield now. 889. Just trying to quickly figure out who that is. And so we've got Hilke van der Veen, or Hiker, as everybody seems to say, and he doesn't bother correcting them anymore. He's 29th at the moment. Will he improve? He does. He's only 2 places, but every little counts. And 151, they're on an invalid or an out lap, as it were. So nothing for them to enter. Alex Parkin is just getting the last bit of practice in. He can. Whilst I think Hagel finishes off his lap, he's just coming through Woodcut, and he must have just invalidated his lap because the session's ended before he reached the line. Or because I don't think there's usually a timer after the checkered flag. I don't think that had fully counted down.
Yeah.
He must have.
He must
a bit too much.
He must have ran wide. He must have ran wide for it.
It's not liking whatever you're doing, is it? It's sort of giving you that little
it's
not sound.
It's not agreeing with me at all. This is the wonders of modern technology.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dan.
Oh, I'm getting flashbacks.
Access denied.
Access denied. Why can't I drive?
Access denied.
Computer says no.
That was a great Dexter's Lab episode, wasn't it? Where he can only speak French and he can't say his password.
Oh yes.
He can't get into his lab, and it just goes access denied. Access denied. Access denied.
Right, well,
fromage.
Access is denied, so I'm gonna have to leave and come back, won't I?
And there you were bashing Dan Hydestream, and now you can't even get.
I was not bashing Dan Hydestream.
And Cammy with the bus.
Excuse you. Right, we're gonna BRB. We're gonna go, and we're gonna come back. All right, so sorry for this. This is all Cammy's fault. Okay.
No end of technical problems.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We apologise for that technical gremlin. Haven't missed anything, though. The cars have just been on the grid. And Seville is just getting ready to lead the cars away on the formation lap now. There we go. That's strange. It's got a... Nothing's going wrong in ACC. Because on his car, it's... Did you know they've got the little matrix display on the windscreen?
Yeah.
It says he's in P2.
Oh, yeah.
So Seville is second to a Phantom driver.
All right, so the nighttime race is getting even more spooky now.
Yeah.
We are
leads them
currently
through
being
Cop
haunted.
up towards Maggots and Beckett's. Is a Pulse front row with Hilden and Hagel behind. Of course, Hagel in the third of the Pulse cars. Then it's Shahabi, High, Hearn, Petyanek on pole for the AM class. Did very well to get himself up into 8th. Quinten van Wingerden in 9th. Outstanding performance from him. Another driver we're used to seeing well back in the midfield, but he's had a great time this evening qualifying. Adam Gardner is 10th with Javier Marquez in 11th. Henry Handy, second in AM class, is in 12th with Brendan Rooney in 13th place, the car number 14. Dave Zalecki is 14th with Daniel Lindblom in 15th. Colin Cameron 16th and Mav Gardner is in 17th place. Ryan Davies is 18th alongside Ben Brown in 19th. Sasha King is 20th with Ollie Knowles in 21st place. Luke Sherlock in the McLaren is 22nd with American Ralph Vest in 23rd place. In the Ferrari it's Alex Parkin on 24th and Jeroen Jongen in Pro Class in 25th place. Hilke van der Veen is 26th with John Chill 27th. Dan Rhodes 28th. Marcel Seema is 29th. Just suddenly got demoted to 30th. And Hurst is 29th with Seema 30th. Not sure what happened there, because as they change places on the track, it shouldn't actually change their position on the list there.
It does seem that there's a couple of poltergeists going around here this evening.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on. Let's see if Seville's car still says that he's P2.
Still says P2.
Yeah, very, very strange. Now, it'd be interesting to see, because it's always a little bit of a... It's not so much chaos when they get down to Cop's Corner. We've got one driver in the pit lane. One driver has taken a pit start. That's car number 6. Just quickly find out who that is.
Dawson.
And that's Gary Dawson, Fry Guys, starting from the pit lane. Now, of course, he's going to have to wait until everybody's gone past before he can even start moving, and he's got quite a bit of pit lane to cover.
Yeah.
If he was at the end of the pit lane, that would work to his advantage, and he might just avoid some first lap drama. But no, he's going to be a good 10 seconds back from Seema. Yeah, Cop's Corner, not too chaotic because you've got a lot of runoff space, but where it can get chaotic is Maggots and Beckett's. Are we going to see any drama on par with what we saw at the Melbourne Grand Prix, Dan?
I would hope not. Because...
I didn't ask what you hope, so I asked what you think will happen.
Alright, Cammy. Alright. Well, I think we're not going to have it. Or we're not going to have it. I don't know.
As a great podcaster once said, hope into one hand, poop into the other hand, and see which one fills up first. You can have that one for free. Well, we're just about to get ready to go green. It is Jonathan Seville on pole alongside Jordan Watson. They're just coming through Woodcut now, as Hydronox says clap-handed. Great little phrase there. They've just got their eyes pinned on the lights now. We're just waiting for them to go red to green. They're side by side. They're still side by side. We're still waiting for it to go green.
Oh.
We're away. The timer is counting down as Seville takes them towards Cop's Corner. It is Seville from Watson, Hilden, Hagel, Shahabi, High, Hearn, Janelek, Vingerden, and Gardner. Looks like everyone's got cleanly through Cops.
So far, so good here now. As a bit of side-by-side action. Will there be a small bit of contact? There is, but both drivers doing well to keep it on the road.
So procession makes its way through Maggots and Beckett's. Just look at it on the mini-map. Wow, it looks like a clean getaway for everyone, but they're coming down the hangar straight. Are there going to be some lunges down into Stowe on cold tyres? Certainly got some side-by-side, some fighting. Ignore the positions as usual, everybody. It's just ACC doing ACC things as they come through Vale into the club chicane. The left, then the right before they come past the Formula 1 pit garage on the Hamilton Straight. Here's Alex Shahabi running in 6th place. Looks like, oh, we've got a yellow flag back there. Something has happened. Number 71, we've got a spinner. They've lost it. That's Colin Cameron facing the wrong way.
Not quite sure.
Gary Dawson is going to pass him.
Yeah,
see a little contact maybe.
Must have been some contact. We didn't quite get to see it though.
No, we're not doing replays. That causes
unfortunately,
software to crap itself. So
it doesn't like that.
With Watson, Den Hilden, and Hagel. That is unchanged at the moment. As Watson looks like he was struggling for a bit of understeer there through Brooklands, and Seville maybe looking to pull out a gap. He could, if he can do that in the opening laps, whilst Watson has to defend from Hilden, that'd be very handy for Seville, who is well capable of just going from pole to flag. Quinten van Wingerden up into, or is he held station in 9th place? But going very well at the moment. We're only 1 lap in, of course.
He's he started 9th, so he's just holding on there, and has a bit of a train forming behind him.
Yeah, that's the Pulse Sim Sport car and the Go for the Gap racing car, just both behind him. And it looks like Rudy's getting very close to Marquez. They were 2 drivers fighting ferociously at Zolder, weren't they?
Yeah. Bit of history between these 2 drivers here now. So Rooney obviously looking to continue that battle here this evening. Is he going to be making any kind of late move? Not this time round, but is making gains.
I like how we're already 2 laps in. You're like, is he going to lunge? Not this time. Give him time.
I want to see action.
You're like, lap 1, he didn't lunge. What's the matter with these drivers?
There's no one here who watch Formula 1. They all lunge all the time.
Yeah, Marquez is getting close to the back of Vinvingerden there. And
Rudy.
really close up through Abbey. He could go in for it now. As they come round Village, it's a tight right-hander. Then they have to get over to the right-hander.
Oh,
and Vingerden's off.
What happened there?
Van Vingerden just streaks across the screen, absolutely cutting Village and the loop. That's promoted Marquez up into 9th, Brendan Rooney up into 10th, and Brendan could be about to go for that 9th place. As they come down towards Brooklands, is the superior handling of the Porsche going to win out over this sort of heavy front-end understeery nature of the Merc?
It seems to be very quick, this Porsche around here. It seems to be a track that suits it well, and Rooney is driving it very well here as well as he's closing that gap, keeping right on the rear wing of that Mercedes.
Yeah, go for the gap by team name, go for the gap by nature for Brendan Rooney. He's go for the gap's #1 driver, a sort of de facto team leader at the moment. He's doing a great job of it too. As we just watch back from the back of Javier Marquez's car, and he's starting to lose touch with Petr Jelinek. Jelinek, who's an AM driver, is 3 seconds down the road.
Yeah. So that Mercedes just seems to be a bit of a barge around here. I think that extra weight is really just kind of slowing it down.
Down through Stowe, one of the corners where it really calls for a bit of trail braking and could be a bit painful, because I found the GT4 Merc very understeery, and I'm told the GT3 is no different. You've got that long bonnet and a big heavy V8 at the front. The same engine that they put in the Aston Martin.
Oh. Little fun fact.
Because Mercedes owns a portion of Aston Martin.
Oh.
Along with Lawrence Stroll.
didn't.
Hence the Aston Martin Formula One team has the Mercedes engine.
Oh.
And Bruni sort of getting those karting lines on now. He's trying to dip in.
Oh, look at this!
Just to get Marquez looking in his mirrors, and he could be about to line up a move as we head down towards Brooklands. Under the Wellington Straight Bridge, is Brendan going to try his hand to outbrake? He closes up.
A little too far back this time round.
And they are really leaving Adam Gardner behind now, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They're pulling out a 2-second gap there. So these two drivers potentially working together.
Got going again, but he's down in 16th place.
Yeah, he not quite sure what happened there. Maybe a little snap of oversteer and just car kind of stepped out.
Yeah, because he cut across the loop at the village, didn't he? The sort of slow chicane complex, a new section of the circuit. He just got it all wrong. I wonder if he had a snap of oversteer and just was more focused of just not crashing.
Trying not to die
on the track. Yeah, sometimes what you have to do is we see a couple of stragglers there. I think that's Dawson and Colin Cameron just coming around Copse now. But this is Marcus Hagel in 4th place chasing Hildum. Don't see too many Audi R8s in ACC recently. Not a favoured choice. Just like the Lambo Hurricane. Nobody seems to pick that anymore.
Yeah, it's completely gone, it would seem. Just kind of fallen out of favour with people.
Cucumber Bush, good evening. Yeah, he's saying the Merc is understeery, but the Merc is bay.
So this battle here with Rooney and Marquez continues on. As that gap is still...
closest cars, aren't they? They're closest cars on the circuit.
Yeah, at the minute, yeah. But there's a lot of battles going on at the minute. A lot of close drivers, but these two just seem to be the closest at the moment. They just seem to be hanging on to each other.
Henry Handy, actually, is... I think he just got the move done. I just checked the splits. He was less than a 10th.
Oh, no, I think there's...
No, he's falling.
No, he's fallen. Something has happened there, so I think he might have got a move done and then overcooked it. Because he's after taking a bit of a tumble down the order.
He has, the Remnant Racing man, down into 19th place. And here's Matt High chasing Hagel still. That is for 4th. Only 2 tenths between these two. And I'm just getting a bit of audio popping. I think it's stopped now. That was really, it was like somebody had just set off a firework in the background. It's sort of sparkling and popping.
Oh. Was that coming from me?
Just from the stream in general.
Very strange. Okay, well, I didn't hear that.
As we come back to Pulse versus Go for the Gap Racing. And this is for 9th place. And their outlook, they're absolutely...
Leave them for dust, yeah.
Yeah, on their own. But Rooney is going to be well aware that 8th place is slowly driving away. That 3-second gap to Jelinek is now 3.4 seconds. Rooney certainly looks like he has the race pace, but Marquez driving a very solid race at the moment. We're only 10 minutes in, but Marquez, very solid driver. You don't earn a place on the Pulse team by being anything less.
Yeah, Rooney seems to have his number when it comes to these kind of tighter, more technical parts of the track, but that Mercedes is... I think it just has the legs on him on the straight, and he's just able to keep that gap wide enough.
At the line. Look at the line they take here.
Look at this.
Rooney comes right to the outside so he can get on the power as early as he can, because he knows the Porsche isn't strong down the straight. Even when he gets a slipstream, the Mercedes will hold its own.
Yeah, look at that.
But he makes no ground up. He has to do it all under the braking. But this is great. This is why we like GT racing. Each car has its own pros and cons, and it's interesting seeing how drivers take advantage of that.
Yeah, exactly. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's all about trying to figure out what part of the track can I use my strengths to come over this battle. Like, so Rooney has his work cut out for him, it would seem.
I mean, to come from split 2 into split 1, and you know, he constantly in the top 10. He's been doing an incredible job. He's certainly a driver that underestimates his abilities. He's very humble in that regard. as we jump up to this fight for third and fourth place. Hagel high, and I think that's Shahabi closing in. So this is Hagel actually attacking Hilden. I thought...
Yeah.
No, there's been an overtake, I think.
No, not yet. No, but it seems like there's one coming close here as... Hilden runs it wide, and he loses out big time.
He's lost 2 places in the time it takes to say it. Hagel goes through into third. High goes through into fourth. And Hilden is down into fifth. And he's falling into the clutches of Shahabi very quickly.
Yeah, Shahabi now obviously smelling blood in the water here as he's trying to take advantage of this situation. Not quite sure what happened to Hilden there. He might maybe just the pressure off. Made him miss his braking point.
Is a twitchy car. Think of it like the Eurofighter Typhoon jet. It's so maneuverable because it's inherently unstable. And
what was a move?
Great. Whoa, that was a... It
was a late move.
There. That was,
yeah.
That was Mazepin-esque. But Shahabi's just going to drive around the outside, possibly.
Oh, not this time round, but he was thinking about it. It was definitely possible. So Hilden just seems to be struggling there a little bit for grip and for speed.
I think he's had his confidence shaken in that moment as well.
Yeah. He's just on the back foot here, it would seem.
Yeah, he's losing touch now with Hagel and High, and he's just conscious of not falling further back. But if he starts doing a load of defensive maneuvers, he's just going to slow the pair of them down more, and that will enable Hearn to catch up. And Vingegaard is on damage recovery mode. Of course, he was running in the top 10, made a mistake, which let Marquez and Rooney go by.
So
now he's in 15th.
Just going to cut back here a little bit abruptly just because this gap is so narrow at the minute. Is
he going to try round the outside?
He's going to try to break him.
To line the inside, he's going round the outside. He's going to hold it through the inside. Hilden's going to give him space. Don't think they make contact.
No.
Great manoeuvre from Shahabi.
Great manoeuvre there. A lot of respect shown between the two drivers. No contact from what I could see. Just good, solid, hard racing.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. Shahabi just looks like the much faster man on track at the moment. Hilden really struggling with the R8. Maybe he's got the tyres a little bit too hot. Maybe they're just not at their optimum pressure and causing him a little bit of a struggle. Be interesting to see if Hearn catches Hilden now as High. Having a tiny little look at Hagel for the last of the podium positions. You can see there's a massive gap between Rooney and Lindblom. That's 5.5 seconds. That's half the Wellington straight.
It's up onto 6 seconds now. Yeah. So Lindblom in that other Porsche obviously just not being able to find the same kind of speed that Rooney is. Rooney is really on a tear. He's definitely... I feel like he is feeling a little bit frustrated behind Marquez at the minute because he just closed that gap so many times, gets it underneath, 2/10, and just again, the Mercedes just starts to pull away. Has the legs.
Yeah, it must be quite frustrating for him. He might just be waiting for when it comes round to the mandatory tyre change.
Yeah, I mean they could be working together just to kind of pull out and pull away, but Marquez is kind of holding that gap to Petr Jelinek at the minute. It is 3.5 seconds.
Rooney's closer than he's ever been though, down the hangar straight.
Yeah, he's looking very close here.
But Marquez knows he's there and just holds station. But yeah, they're not catching Jelinek though. Jelinek is holding it at 3.4 seconds.
Very close
and
this
they
time.
They are pulling away from Lindblom, but they need to be catching Jelinek.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't think Rooney is waiting for this round of pit stops. I do feel that Rooney thinks he has more speed and he could be catching Jelinek. And I feel like Marquez is holding him up here a little bit. So Marquez is doing a fantastic job of defending here. He's he's able to just get the legs where he needs them, and he's holding on.
See Rooney taking a wider, more traditional line.
A little bit closer this time round.
Gets close, yeah. He's just going to have to be very late and risk diving up the inside and, locking the wheels up just to get past. But then he could ruin his tyres, and we're only 15 minutes into the race. He's thinking long term.
Yeah, as long as the frustration doesn't grab a hold of him. But you can see he's very fast out there. He is very fast, so he's definitely getting held up here. As long as he can keep a cool head and not make any crazy moves. To jump on here with Sasha King, who is going to make a move. No, thinking about it.
She is one of the exciting drivers for that sort of thing. She will...
Ooh.
You'd see that in F1 where a driver just sort of lunges out to have a look.
Have a look, let them know. Fill up that side view mirror.
Oh, and she's closing and sort of has to back off there.
Yeah, definitely must have let off the accelerator a little bit there, because she was right on the back bumper.
As they come through Copse Corner, that is John Cheel just in front of her in the BMW. This is a fight for, I think it's like 8th or 9th place in class. 7th place in class. I had to quickly on the
did it. I could hear you going 1, 2, 3, and I was doing the exact same thing. Yeah. So Sasha doing a great job there applying the pressure.
He's saying ex-Fry Guys, because as far as I knew, she was part of the Fry Guys team.
Sorry, I just seen her lunging again. I thought she was going for a move there. But yeah, she's definitely brings a lot of pressure into the racing. As she's super close. Look at this.
Jill seems to be slow just as she wants to get her foot down.
Yeah, definitely. Again, the same what could be going on with Mr. Rooney. A level of frustration could be setting in, and just want to be careful you don't end up rear-ending someone.
We jump back to Marquez and Rooney fighting for 9th place, leaving Daniel Lindblom far behind, but they are starting to close on Jelinek. They've caught Jelinek by a second, and Marquez very slow there through Luffield. Rooney almost running into the back of him.
That could have ended in tears, but yeah, these two drivers here are having a great battle here. This seems to be the fight of the evening so far.
They're just in their own rhythm, really, aren't they? Rooney's
very close. Though. Very close here.
A brave one to try it through Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh, Marquez gets loose! He's lost it! He's gotten loose! The rear end has stepped away. The pressure, the first one to blink. And Marquez
come to the pressure, and that's released Rooney up into 9th place. And now Lindblom is going past Marquez.
They're side by side here. Is Marquez going to go for a lunge, try and regain that position?
Lindblom's pushing him to the inside.
He's got the space. Yeah, he's got the line, so he's gonna hold on for now. But
he might have cooked the tires.
Those rear tires are probably screaming in agony right now. So Marquez has a little bit of work to go to try and get those temps back down. And Lindblom,
it's an understeery car, so if he's got an understeery car and back tires that are over pressure now, that could be a very inherently unstable car.
It's not going to be an easy ride for him. As we jump on board here, more battles further down the grid. As Knowles moves up.
I'm glad we caught that. I mean, with so many cars on track, it's hard to catch action when it happens, but we were right time, right place there, weren't we?
You're right, I am doing a fantastic job on the cameras, thank you. So
that is Brendan Rooney up into 9th. He can now chase down Petr Jelinek, which should be an easy overtake. Not saying anything about their skill level, but Jelinek might not fight it because it's not going to be a position for points.
It's
leading AM class. Of course.
We're going to keep an eye on that. That's a 5-second gap at the minute, so it's going to see.
Sherlock going very wide out of Aintree.
King here now. Just after making a move there again, I think she just... Yeah, she's after getting past there, so Sasha making up positions there. Moves up into 7th overall in class.
although she started the race 20th. Henry Handy, first to pit. The pit window has just opened in the last 30 seconds. Handy the first to take advantage of that.
Straight
Brendan
in.
might have thought about that, but obviously now he doesn't have a Mercedes in his face. He's free to chase down Petr Jelinek, who's 3 seconds down the road. And here's Alex Parkin in the Ferrari in 19th place, just behind Ralph Vest and in front of Hilke van der Veen. Kebab TTV says, has there been a change in the weather? No. It is 17 degrees. It was 17 degrees when we started, and it's dry. Even though this, like, the weather icon has a little sun, despite it being nighttime.
The nighttime sun.
It's the night sun.
It's the nighttime sun. The sun has been turned off. It's still there. It's just unplugged.
That's the best time to land on the sun, isn't it? At night.
So I've been told. I'm not an astronaut myself, but from my understanding, it's generally a better time to go up when it's plugged out.
Kebab TTV says his car let go very, very quickly. That's odd. When you say quickly, do you mean the slide happened quickly, or do you mean like quickly in the race, like only 25 minutes into the race he lost the back end? Because it was, I thought it was a bit of a more of a slow. It slowly crept out. It wasn't a quick snap because it didn't it didn't fling him the other way and into a wall, did it? It was a slow, gradual one that he could catch, but it just cost him a lot of time.
Is that Marquez? Is it?
Yes. Yeah, I presume he's talking about Marquez.
Yeah. It just seemed it was a bit of a kind of a slow creep, but he was probably just on the very limit of what the tires were capable of at the time.
I am Metak says Sasha doesn't have a livery because Earl is slacking with the Merc livery.
No.
Oh, you better get in touch with Ben Brown. Get him to do him a livery.
And get him to do an ASMR stream for you as well. Get those dulcet tones. Get him to stream it.
So Henry Handy is the only driver to have pitted. He's 31st. He's
Sasha.
got a green tag by his name.
Sasha on another tear here. She's closing the gap here to van der Veen.
Sweet. Thunder down the hangar straight. She's closing on van der Veen. She's going to go try around the outside.
Oh!
She's turning around, contact!
Oh, contact!
She spun it round.
Oh! I don't know why she spun
looks
around.
like she just turned in too early, didn't it? She was going around the outside, and I can't tell if Van der Veen's car washed out to the outside, which would be the racing line, I assume, but
Yeah.
or whether King sort of turned in too early before the move was completed.
I think she might have thought that she was a little bit further on than what she was and kind of turned in to kind of cut him off, but yeah, just didn't leave enough space there for Van der Veen, and they both lose out in that. So Van der Veen obviously going to be a little bit disappointed in that, but yeah, I just think there wasn't enough space left.
You know what? I've had the exact same thing happen to me in I think it was a oNiD race like over a year ago now. I think it was Dan Hyde, like one of the earlier days I knew Dan Hyde, and I was on the inside and he was going around. No, I was going around the outside, and I think I did the exact same thing. I sort of turned in and clipped him because you think there's so much more room on your right.
Yeah.
And you're turning right, and you think you've got the overtake done, and you forget that, yeah, the racing line does sort of wash out to the left, and if you're on the outside, you need to wash out to the left. You can't expect them to hold the speed and to hold that tighter inside line.
Yeah. We can mark that down for experience, I suppose. It's a learning situation, but yeah, just the space.
Sasha, straight into the pits to replace those cooked rear tyres. And Mav Gardner pitting as well from 17th place. Rooney doesn't seem to be making any headway on Jelinek, though. That gap has increased by 1.5 seconds.
Well, the gap, I see. I don't think your times update as quickly as mine. When that move happened, he was 5 seconds out. It's holding at the minute. It's 4.6 right now at this very second.
I thought I saw it come down to 3 seconds and then grow back up to 4.2.
Oh, possibly. I mean, I might have this stat.
Marquez is almost 7 seconds back, though. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back with those cooked tyres, and he's not pitted yet.
No, not pitting yet.
Here's Daniel Hearn. Still with the Audi hanging on. Wasn't able to hold on to Shahabi, but now starting to fall into the clutches of Dan Hearn in the 911.
Oh,
ran wide, didn't he?
He did. It looked like the rear just kind of slipped out a little bit. So
that's going to compromise him all the way to Copse.
That
Christian
Audi.
Horner told me you do not put it up the inside at Copse, and Hearn remembers Christian Horner's wise words and doesn't. And we've got a yellow flag at Brooklands. That's car number 6. Is that that's Colin Cameron again, isn't it? And he's returned to the garage.
It is, yeah. So Colin Cameron.
Hilden, drive-through penalty for the Audi R8.
Oh,
that's
so
track cut. That's a track cut warning. One too many. Hilden will have to serve a drive-through penalty as well as the mandatory pit stop now. Yeah,
a bit of a nightmare scenario. So that Audi is very slippy. I mean, we even seen it there firsthand. It's a very slippy car at the best of times. So he's just kind of struggling there a little bit and has a drive-through out.
So that Rooney gap, yeah, it's 4.6 seconds now. Rooney has no toe anymore. He only catches if someone makes a mistake in the pits. Porker can't keep up on its own. It's too slow on the straight. Now, be curious, there's obviously the new Porsche 911 coming in about a month's time or so, maybe a bit less for ACC. It'd be interesting to see what the top end of that Porsche is like.
Hopefully a little bit stronger.
You'd hope.
Well, it can't be any less.
April 23rd. I'm excited to try it, says Kebab TTV. How much are they selling it for? Does it come with the Lamborghini and new Ferrari? It's got an extra 20 horsepower.
That should make a bit of a difference.
But if it's heavier as well, we don't know. I'm not sure. Probably £300.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For some virtual cars.
Yeah, I'd say that about £300. Yeah. Inflation. It's the cost of living crisis.
In a real 911 for that. They made it at 4.2 litre now and moved the engine around a few inches to make it have a more balanced weight. As we're seeing Sherlock getting feisty with Colin Cameron. Sorry, number 6 wasn't Colin Cameron earlier. That was my mistake. I think that might have been Dawson. As Hilden is in the pits to serve that drive-through. I think he's just leaving the pits.
Oh, Sherlock, they're having a little bit of a moment there, but caught it. Rear end of that car stepped out just a little bit. He did well to catch it.
Cucumber Bush says, tip included. Tip and the whole shaft.
For £300, I think they come to your house and they install it for you and they simulate all the sounds and the noises.
Oh, it's... Number 6 was Hilke van der Veen. His game crashed. PC got too hot.
Oh, no.
That's the first time I've heard that since last summer, where we had the heat wave and it got to sort of 40 Celsius. And PCs were absolutely dying. Oh, and Ving Vingern.
Almost ran into the back of Brown.
It would have been a nervous moment for Ben there, seeing the Porsche get very large in the rearview mirror. Rooney is up into 8th now. Marquez up into 9th. So that would have been from Hilden serving his drive-through. Hilden is down into 14th now. The power of clean, consistent driving paying off there for Rooney and Lindblom at least. Marquez obviously had that spin, so I can't quite say consistent, although he has been driving phenomenally well, and it was very unfortunate for him. Rooney, that gap, 5.2 seconds to Jelinek, so it's sort of it opens and closes.
Yeah, it kind of seems to be holding steady at the minute, so Jelinek is doing everything that he needs to do to kind of keep that gap where it is. But he's not particularly gaining on the car in front either, so kind of in no man's land there at the minute.
Matt High into the pits from 4th in the Aston Martin. Might be trying to get the undercut on Hagel. There he is, stationary. The lights are on, but nobody's home in those garages. He can see his pit crew, but we can't. And as Hilden goes wide again at Cops, he's got to be careful. He could pick up another drive-through penalty quite quickly doing that.
He might not have learned his lesson just yet, and he, as you said, he needs to be a little bit careful because this race is already not going great for him, and it could end up going a lot worse if he keeps that up.
Here's King fighting Colin Cameron, or just closing up. There's Shahabi. So Shahabi's. So these are the leaders are already starting to lap. It looks like.
Yeah, the leaders are putting in like 157s. Well, these two
have pitted, haven't they?
They have. Oh, that was close.
That was close. I thought there was actually going to be contact there. Yeah, these two are at the back and then have pitted as well. So they're even further back compared to the leaders who haven't. Sasha King pitted after that contact down the bottom of Hangar Straight. She's looking to get past the Honda NSX.
Oh, as it gets loose.
Which loses the back end. That'll give her a chance to run around the outside. She's trying to get a little switcheroo, but
the door was closed.
Sticks it on the apex and says no.
Colin Cameron just closing that door. If you're going to get around, you're going to have to go the long way. And here comes King again with that speed. Look at that, right on the bumper. Oh my god, I nearly thought there was more contact.
Do not stick a nose up the inside of Cop's corner.
Christian Horner be damned.
Cameron giving her plenty of space there.
Yeah.
More space than really necessary. And
King is
trying to find a way by.
King is driving like a woman possessed here at the minute, all over the place. Cameron doing well to hold on here. I know if that was me in the car ahead, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, you might just let her by, just
go.
What might happen if you don't.
Yeah.
As Colin tries to break the toe.
She sticks her nose.
I think he's not fighting too. Oh, don't make contact.
Whoa! Whoa!
That almost could have been sort of an opposite. And as King really weaving about, as she's going to try around the outside of Club. But I do love King for how exciting a driver she is. I wish they were all like this.
It's fantastic to watch. I would not like to be in Cameron's seat, but this is fantastic to watch here, as she is just all over the rear bumper of this NSX.
Coming up to the loop now. It's the hardest braking point of the circuit. The slow right-hander. Then they move right over to the right for the left. Avoiding that sausage curb, using all the run-out space you can before the kink at Aintree. Onto the Wellington straight.
Very close here. She's gaining. Definitely going to have a look down the inside here. Shirley sticks the nose out. Ooh!
Oh!
No.
Collins is going to go back through.
No!
I think she was sure she was going past herself.
Hang on. King just outbroke herself. Yeah, she ran wide, but Cameron able to hang on as he goes the long way around here. But King is hanging on. She's not going to give up this fight all that easy. It's where these two are fighting for pole.
A terrific battle, and that's Jelinek coming through. So blue flags will be out. Oh, sorry, has he pitted? Is he on the same? No, that is he is lapping these.
He is lapping, yeah.
And King, obviously, in the Mercedes, doesn't know what happened earlier to Marquez, but she'll need to be careful of losing it through Maggots and Beckett's. And Jelinek might start flashing his lights because he thinks, well, these two might be so engrossed with each other, they might not realise I'm coming by.
Yeah. Yeah, he started to flash now, so blue flags are waving, Jelinek getting impatient.
This could help Brendan Rooney. If Jelinek is held up for, half a lap even, that could enable Rooney to close up. The driver ladder's got Rooney at the top. We'll just need to adjust that if we're to see. I think he's 4.5 seconds back from Jelinek.
Yeah, 4.5.
Half a lap gone, and they've still not made way for Jelinek.
No.
And you can see from there, the blue light in King's cockpit. You can see it on the dash there, which is for blue flags.
She knows she just has bigger things on her plate at the minute. as she's right underneath that bumper again. So,
and Yannick's got somebody approaching him. There's a bit of a gap
yeah.
that's started to form there now. That's Ollie Knowles just behind Jelinek. He's obviously not with Jelinek, he's with these two, but...
Ooh.
Yeah, we could start seeing a bit of a train form as Colin Cameron's trying to defend from the most aggressive driver on the field tonight. And Jelinek just thinks, hey, these two aren't paying attention, I'm going to pit.
Yeah, probably the best idea, because this battle at the minute is just all encompassing, and these two are just ignoring their surroundings. But this camera angle here just gives you an idea of what Colin Cameron is putting up with here, as it's just all over the rear wing here.
Mildly terrifying, isn't it?
Oh my god, it's absolutely terrifying.
As she's on the grass slightly there, taking as much curb as she can over Maggots and Beckett's.
Taking any line she wants and still keeping that speed, so... Oof.
As they come out of Chapel onto the hangar straight now. Looks like Colin's been able to get a few car lengths between himself and Sasha.
Yeah, bit of breathing space.
Brendan Rooney has... he's gotten part. Well, Jelinek's in the pits, of course, so that is Brendan Rooney up into 6th. For a moment there, I thought he'd had a disconnect. I couldn't see him, but of course, Jelinek has pitted. Marquez still 6.5 seconds back. He's closed up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Rooney closing that gap onto Hearn as well. Hearn's only up the road. No, that time's not right. Definitely not. Yeah.
About 11 seconds, 12 seconds between them. Race leader is the pole man, Jonathan Seville, with the fastest lap in the Ferrari. Then it's Jordan Watson, and then Marcus Hagel. They are unchanged at the front for now. It is a pulse 1, 2, and 3 for the moment. Can Alex Shahabi spoil that party? Although he is 10 seconds back as we reach the half distance point. Ryan Davies comes out the pits right at the half distance. No, well timed there, Ryan.
Oh, here's Cameron now. Closing the gap here on the roads, as he's looking to try and get away from Sasha King. Please let me by. There's a mad woman behind me.
Yeah, Rhodes doesn't know what's going to hit them.
Look at this battle here.
And King's got nowhere to go. Is now... She's not just dealing with defensive driver. She's going to try to go up the inside. Oh, did they make contact? And he's...
Oh, he's after losing it. I don't know if there was contact there or not.
I think there was a slight nudge. And given the weight load, as you're going through Maggots and Beckett's, the amount of weight you're leaning on one side of the car, then the other, the slightest touch could absolutely unbalance you. And I think there was contact between King and Cameron. I think
it could
Cameron
have
would be very angry as King's just outbraked herself.
Yeah, King driving very aggressive at the minute. Might need to just kind of slow her roll a little bit. As we jump aboard here with High.
Yeah, he's on fresh rubber just behind John Cheel, who is on older rubber. Track temperature still 17 degrees. It's still optimum. No chance of rain this evening. It is a nice clear night here in Northamptonshire. As Cheel and High are both coming up to lap Marcel Seema.
Yeah, High sticks it down the inside there. Easy move. Pressure tires.
Cheel just lets him by, really, I think.
Yeah, not really his fight. No point really carrying on that battle and slowing yourself down, so smarter thing to do, for sure.
Quinten van Dingen back up into 10th place, but that will be temporary. There are cars that are pitted behind him, such as Matt High and Jelinek and Rooney. They were all ahead of him, and they will reassume that position in front of him when he pits.
3 leaders have pitted, by the way, so they're just after coming in.
And that was Van Dingerden. Just trying to avoid somebody going into the pits there.
Yeah.
Didn't catch who that was going into the pits. And that is a Ferrari coming out of the pits, so that could be Jonathan Seville.
Yeah, he is literally just after coming out, so that could be exactly who you're talking about.
Ben Brown in the pits in 10th place in the AMG Mercedes. Leader of the AM class for now, but most likely Jelinek will reassume that. You can see at the bottom of the timing sheet, Hilke van der Veen, sort of 8 laps down, has retired due to a game crash, saying it was too hot.
Yeah, obviously having some kind of cooling issue with the computer there. Might be time to invest in some new fans. Because it's not particularly warm out. Oh, Daniel Lindblom there with an SG30.
Oh, that is a big... That's speeding in the pit lane. He has already pitted, so yeah, he's done a bit of speeding through the pit lane, and that's pretty disastrous for Fry guys.
Yeah.
He's going to tumble down the order with that one.
So that is not what you want.
No, and taking a wide line there through Woodcut, staying well clear of the curbs. As Alex Shahabi comes in to serve his mandatory tyre change stop. And Jordan Watson's getting bogged down with some slower traffic. This is for position, but Jeroen Jongen yet to pit in the V12 Aston. And Watson flashing his lights. Probably not happy that Jongen seems to be not jumping out of his way, but he's not lapping him. This is for position.
He is entitled to defend.
Yeah, as irrational really as it would be, because they're on, different races, and yeah, Watson flashing his lights again, just saying, come on, I know you don't have the blue flag in your car to remind you, but come on, we're not in this fight together. It's getting very close. Jongen's much slower through cops, and that's enabled Hagel to just drive on by.
Yeah, Hagel going to take full advantage here, and he's going to start moving his way up.
Yeah, and I have seen Pulse SimSport cars come together before. Matt Go Slow says, naughty flashing, doesn't need to let him pass. He doesn't. It would make sense for him to do so, but it's completely not a blue flag situation, and Jeroen Jongen, by the book, does not have to let anybody pass. He can absolutely defend this. Is his fourth position? Is he still going to hold on to it? So that V12 must have the legs down the straights.
He is... he's doing his own thing. He doesn't need to let anybody pass, and I think he's dead right. Defend it. Defend like a lion. As there is a bit of a train now starting to form here behind him.
This would make sense if he was helping out a teammate. Like, if he had a teammate that could catch up, who was in the fight with these three Pulse cars. But he doesn't have a teammate that's fighting with these three. Watson nearly went into the back of Hagel. Did you see that?
Pulse Racing are,
And Matt High now. That's enabled him to close up. Jongen is absolutely causing these to bunch up. And it's...
I'm loving this.
Yeah, Shahabi and...
brilliant.
Shahabi, Chill, Jelinek, Rooney could all close up soon if Jongen holds on.
Lads, he's going to keep flashing. I'm not moving.
No, he's really passive-aggressive. He's just holding the inside line. Now Hagel's made a mistake. And that's Watson going past.
It's in the pits he goes. What a champ.
I imagine if they had horns, they'd all be blaring their horns as they go by.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yellow flag at Maggots. At Beckett's, Chapel Curve, number 71. That's got in Cameron again.
Again, he's after getting loose again.
First time he was sort of pushed off by Sasha, but...
Yeah, not quite sure.
No, he looked like he'd done it himself that time.
I think he might have just overcooked it himself there, so...
Cucumber Bush says, where is proximity chat when you need it? That would have been the equivalent, just rolling down your window and screaming like on the motorway or something. Get out of the way!
No, fantastic. Great defensive driving there. So I hope everyone had their little notepads out and took plenty of notes, because that was fantastic.
Like when you were angry in a car, you could take your rage out on the windscreen, like the the window handle, you know, to wind it down.
Yeah.
So you take your, I'm gonna wind it down. But it feels weird being angry in it. You just have to calmly go.
Yeah, that's the one thing that modern cars don't have. You can't
trying to
angrily.
slam a door that automatically soft closes.
Nah, bullshit. That's why. Yeah, no. If I want to slam a door, I want to break the glass in it. I want to angrily wind down my window.
What is the worst bit of road rage you've ever had?
Oh, I'm generally not too bad for road rage, but in Ireland there's a lot of tractors on the road, and I get very upset to the point that, like, I'm generally not an angry person, but when I get behind the car, I do suffer from road rage.
But you do think, like, I've had that, in Kent, in country roads behind a tractor, and you think, you must see that there's a long train of cars. Just pull over and let us go. Yeah,
there's nothing worse as well. You know what really fucking grinds my gears?
Whoa, when you're... this is a Christian stream.
Sorry, Christian. Sorry, family fun. Family fun. But what really grinds my gears is when you're driving on the bypass and there's a car like towing a trailer and they're halfway on the shoulder. Either drive on the shoulder or drive on the road. Don't drive halfway on both, so nobody knows what to do. Like, that's...
Matt Go Slow says, you just hate farmers, Dan. That's what Dan voted for Brexit, so he got last laugh.
Listen, get Brexit done, right? Brexit means Brexit.
He's like, those farmers piss me off. Well, now I've just voted away their Ben Brown gets a drive-through.
Oh, Ben Brown.
Why did you do that, Ben?
What are you doing, Ben? That's not good. That's not a good idea.
Jonathan Watson has one too.
What's going on?
Ben comes straight in to serve that. I think Watson and Hagel must have just been fighting, and Watson picked up a drive-through penalty. That is
yeah.
That's going to make a big difference to the podium finish now. That could
that's going to upset a lot of stuff.
And Rooney into it. Rooney only 2 seconds back from Yellowneck now, so he might start picking up the slipstream.
Yeah, he's there. He's in contention.
Out on his own.
The little Porsche that could, huh? But
oh no, Ben Brown's got to stop, go further.
Ben!
He sped in the pit lane.
Ben, you idiot!
Ben, you Burke!
What are you doing, Ben? You spend all that money on a sim rig and you can't even drive. Come on, what are you doing, mate?
Kebab TTV says Watson drive-through. Yeah, we know. We knew about that one. Pulse Guy doesn't get a podium, immediately dropped from team. Yeah, it's like Red Bull.
No backseat commentating, right? You'll get an SG30 timeout.
None of that, no.
This is not a democracy, right? This is a dictatorship. This stream. As he jump on board here with Blue Sherlock, as he's a little bit of contact there, but everyone doing everything. They hold on, but I speak too soon, and there's contact. Oh,
Sasha King just drives past there.
Why, when anything happens, is Sasha King always involved?
I don't think she was directly involved.
I don't think she was. No,
she's just there.
She just happened to be there. Yeah, she just happened to be there. Yeah.
They were both just panicking about her and just flung it off the track themselves.
Oh no, Jesus Christ, it's Sasha. Quick, bin it.
So Ben's gonna... So just with the drive-through, he dropped out of the top 10 to 17th. With the drive-through and the stop-go penalty as well, he's gonna be a lap down. He's gonna be right at the back. He's absolutely peed it away.
He has, yeah. He kind of... I don't know what he was thinking. Generally... I'm not a professional by standards, but speeding in the pit lane is generally not a good idea. So
it was deliveries, Ben.
I think so, yeah.
That was a bit harsh. Says Cammy, who's just so crap she doesn't drive anymore. I'd be in split too.
Poor old Ben getting absolutely roasted.
The only time I've competed against Ben has beaten me quite handily as well. So
yeah, but
I'd come runner up. He won a phone. I won some gloves. There was a big disparity between winner and runner-up. I'm not bitter about it at all.
No, it's you wouldn't tell. You seem like you've gotten over that.
They nerfed our car on the last round, just when our car would have done really well. They nerfed us.
Yeah.
Kebab TTV says Cammy faster than me. I haven't driven for such a long time. I really feel out of touch. It's so strange for me to, because all the games have updated to the point where I've got to relearn them from scratch. It's so strange. And here's Brendan Rooney now less than 2 seconds back from Jelinek. They've all pitted. There's 4 minutes left of the pit window. So Rooney is up into 7th place on his own merit. He's got Jordan Watson just behind.
Yeah, 1.4 out. So
drive through.
Yeah, Rooney doing well here. The gap at 1.5, so he's slowly closing the gap now to Jelinek. So 6th is on the cards for Rooney, as he seems to be closing this gap now fairly dramatically. It's down to 1.2, so just over a second. So
Kebab TTV says, "Come on, Brenda, that's my guy." Kebab TTV, is that you, Sammy? Is that you, Sammy?
Making me hungry here now, so yeah.
That would be Sammy Zudu, who is an apprentice for Porsche.
Oh! So, she's all about these angry little beetles.
All about the angry little beetles. Angry indeed, because the apprentice pay is really bad in this country. Like, if you're under 18, you only get £4 or £5 an hour.
What?
But if you were 22 years old, you'd get like £10 an hour.
£4 or £5 an hour. That's
yeah, and that doesn't apply to jobs. Just that's a weird apprenticeship thing where
that's 4 Freddo bars an hour.
Yeah, Freddo bars have really skyrocketed in price.
That's how
very quickly on Rooney. I wonder if Rooney will fight that one much, because he'll know that Watson was up.
I hope he does.
Up ahead. I kind of hope he doesn't and just focuses on Jelinek, but that's coming from me, sort of.
Yeah, but I want to see.
Principle of racing.
I just want to see someone getting impatient and getting angry, flashing lights, and Rooney just being dog ignorant and saying no.
No, he's not dog ignorant. He's a very
you figure it out.
Driver.
And
Watson
both
loses it. He nearly loses the car entirely.
Do you know what? Rooney had a little step out as well just before that. So these two drivers are really pushing at the minute.
Sammy says, "If I know Brendan, and I do, he's going to defend to the death."
Yes, good lad, Brendan.
Thinking about hourly wage in Freddo bars scares me, because I know for a fact I could not eat that many. Oh, he could eat that many.
Yeah.
Well, I remember a statistic that was showing like American wages compared to the amount of Big Macs it could buy. And in the 80s, it was like, for each hour worked, you could buy 30 Big Macs. But today, the minimum wage salary could only get you 4 Big Macs.
My God.
So that's inflation plus.
We've failed as a society. Capitalism doesn't work.
Watson going wide a bit there. He's got to be careful. He could pick up another drive-through penalty if he takes some liberal lines like that. Yeah,
Watson, I think, could be driving a little bit aggressive here, because obviously he was getting held up quite badly there by Young.
I like that we do have Sherlock in 23rd and Watson in 8th, though. That's like
yes!
Mystery detective novel there.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, I'd noticed it long ago, but thought it'd be a bit of a silly thing to say, and I thought people would have mentioned it before. And Watson's closing right up on Rooney again, and they're both closing up on Jelinek. Jelinek starting to lose the battle of holding on to that 6th place as we ride on board the nose cam of Jordan Watson.
He's watching the fight going on here in front of him.
I'm more used to seeing Jordan in a Ferrari than a McLaren, if I'm honest.
Oh, Rooney's right on him. Rooney's closed right up here, so Peter Jelinek, not quite sure what happened, because that gap was...
Rooney got a wheel on the grass.
Yeah, you need to be careful there, mate. So not quite sure what happened to Peter Jelinek. He just that gap just collapsed in on itself very, very quickly, so...
This is the closest battle on track at the moment again. I'm not controlling the cameras, I'm not saying let's follow the Go for the Gap car, because Go for the Gap is Cammy's team. I'm not in control of that.
It is one of the closest battles. There is one other close battle a little bit further down the road. But this one here is...
Where's Watson?
What happened?
What,
He's pitted. He's in the pits.
He didn't have a drive-through to serve. Why is he in the pits?
What's he doing? Not quite sure what happened there.
Anyone in the chat tell us what Watson's doing? Well, that's taken the pressure right off Rooney. Unless he had something on his end telling him that he hadn't completed his pit stop properly.
I don't know.
You have to change. You have to change tires. So unless it was telling him, unless he thought maybe he hadn't, or it was telling him he hadn't changed tires, but
I don't know. Unless we're gonna have to get Luke Sherlock on the case here.
Yeah.
And figure out what happened there. Like so.
So that exciting battle's not happening. Now it's just Jelinek and Rooney.
So we're gonna have to see if we could possibly.
Oh, Sammy says I think he binned it and reset before we saw.
No.
We did see him get squirrely out of Luffield.
Yeah.
All out fops. Just now this month going to £10.42 for over 23s. Yeah, but Sammy's 18, I think. As Rooney going up
Sticks it down the inside.
Brooklands, I think Jelinek just let that one go because he knows it's not going to cost him any points.
Yeah, I think he just let that go. He didn't really defend, and Rooney was closing that gap and all over him. So yeah, better Jelinek just letting him go.
Jelinek, obviously, part of the old guard, very mature driver, very sensible driver. He's come on leaps and bounds in speed recently. Everyone's very comfortable driving around Jelinek. Safe pair of hands on that wheel, and you can wheel-to-wheel race with him. He's very lovely. All that fops. Oh, they're just talking about apprenticeship wages.
We're having an economic we're having an economic debate in the chat here now at the minute about Freddo bars and minimum wage.
Do you have Freddo bars over there in Ireland?
Oh yeah, we do.
Isn't there an Irish chocolate you have?
An Irish chocolate. Well, I always thought growing up that Cadbury's was Irish, and then I found out it's not. It's actually English.
Yeah,
which, as an Irishman, had gave me a very deep sense of existential crisis.
Maybe I'm thinking of Tony's chocolate or something.
Well, there's Tato, which is crisps.
Tato, that's the one I'm
Tato,
thinking.
yeah.
They did do a chocolate bar where they put bits of crisp in
They did,
chocolate.
and it was.
That's what I was thinking of.
Did you ever have it?
No, I didn't.
It was brilliant.
A YouTuber called Ashens. I
Yeah.
think he tried it and said it was god awful.
No, that man doesn't know what he's talking about.
I can see how, because crisps and chocolate at the same time taste brilliant. You've got the sweet and then the salt. That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
But I've never tried Tato's crisps. They're not very big in England.
I'm
not a crisp person anyway.
I'm generally not a crisp kind of guy either. The only time I eat crisps is when I have Subway. And I always get... I don't know, it's just like I go into Subway, I order the same thing all the time. Subway is the place I go when I want a Subway melt with prawn crackers and a bottle of Club Orange. I don't drink Club Orange anywhere else. I don't eat crisps in any other scenario. But if I go into a Subway, that is what I order, and I'll only order that.
I might go for the occasional kettle chips or something like that, but your general sort of Walker's crisps, just little, I just find them a bit too greasy.
Yeah.
They just get stuck between your teeth, and it's potato and starch that does the most amount of damage to your teeth.
Really?
And starch is a killer for teeth. Potato, killer for teeth. Even though I'll eat chips daily, it doesn't get stuck in your teeth like a crisp does.
Oh.
Didn't
know that.
Yeah, and soft drinks are murder for it.
Yeah, soft drinks aren't great either.
But again, I so rarely drink fizzy drinks.
No, not prawn crackers. Prawn cocktail crisps.
You did say prawn crackers, though. You did, yeah.
No, you're gaslighting me.
No, I'm not. Because I remember thinking prawn crackers like in a Chinese
I did not say crackers.
You did. Play it
Cammy, you're gaslighting me.
We've moved on. It's electric lighting. I'm electric lighting you.
You're LED gas lighting. No, LED green energy lighting me. I don't know.
Speaking of LED lighting, all the cars have got their LED lights on for this night race here at Silverstone as we just tick over 15 minutes to go of this 75-minute race.
That was smooth.
That's why I get paid the big bucks, because I can do those seamless
That was good.
bloody transitions. Damn, I'm good.
yapping away here about prawn cracker crisps and stuff. What are we talking about? What's going on?
And Rhodes just letting Dave Zalecki lap him. Nice stuff. We like to see the drivers adhering to the blue flags in a neat and timely manner.
And here board.
Cucumber Bush. That's why oNiD doesn't pay him minimum wage. Yeah, that's why you don't get paid. Yeah.
We get paid in Freddo bars.
I have not been getting Freddo bars, so I'm...
Oh, I'm cat's out of the bag.
You've been getting Freddo bars?
No. Maybe.
You're gaslighting me.
As Davies is alongside here, we need to start talking about what's going on here as he's looking to make a move.
You'd be gaslighting me now.
Stop it there. No, you're gaslighting me there now, so you are, surely. We cammy. We cammy here. Davies looking to make a move down the inside. No, not this time round though. But these two are very, very close. Gardner doing well to defend.
Did you hear on the internet there's a clip of a cat that sneezes with an Irish accent?
No.
Sorry, not a cat. A person that sneezes with an Irish accent.
How do you?
Someone goes, "Achoo."
Achoo.
Achoo. Oh yeah, that's Irish accent. No, I was mixing it up with the cat that was the cat with a Scouse accent.
Meow.
It did. Meow.
Meow.
Anyway, right, Davies following Mav Gardner, 12th and 13th. They're not fighting for points, so it shouldn't be too ferocious between those two.
No, but Gardner is going to defend. I think in a scenario like that, you're as well just defend and get the practice in, and it's better to watch. You don't want to be a pushover, so Gardner.
It's not Sasha King behind, so it won't be too furious.
No. A little bit calmer, all right. Here's Davies going to go the long way around. Can he make it stick? Not this time. No, but he is close enough. Could go for a little late lunge here. Are we going to see anything?
You can hear an Audi back there. It's just like one gorgeous engine screaming in the background.
Let me see. Hilden's further up the road.
Oh, and Davies going on an excursion there.
Going on a... Oh, Jorgen. That Jorgen, that's what you're hearing, yes.
I forget, yeah.
That's the Dutch Minister for Defence back there.
Sammy says, I remember when I converted you to the Audi, Cammy. Yeah, but it's been so long now. I think my best lap in the Audi around Silverstone was 1 minute 59. What have these guys been doing?
157s. Oh, they're side by side here. Look at this. We're not even paying attention. Side by side here. Going the long way round. No.
I like that he's trying though. I like when drivers try the unconventional move, and they're like, "Watch this. This will get me on stream for sure."
Well, I mean, he's right. He's on stream. He's here. He's getting his 15 minutes of fame.
All Out Fox. My best is a 159.9. I slow.
My best is 156. I
think I did a 159 in the Aston. I might have done a 158 in the Audi, but yeah, I'm slower than these guys.
Yeah, my best is 156.
What?
Yeah. No more questions. Davies hanging on the back here, Gardner, as he's applying the pressure. As they're coming very close. Oh, that's not a...
Don't want to throw it away with only 11 minutes to go, guys.
Oh my god, this is fantastic though here.
And that is Jerome Jongen closing up behind them in the V12.
Yeah, you can see him there in the rear view. My best is not a 156, by the way. That was me lying. As
get shot.
Jongen is starting to get himself involved in this battle. He's liking the looks of this.
Man, that V12 is much smaller.
It's tiny,
isn't it? It's he's gonna go around the outside, up the inside. No, but yeah, it's got much less bodywork. It's not as fat and chunky.
Yeah, it's tiny compared to it. Look at it, little baby.
Ryan going up the inside through Abbey now.
Oh, the contact! Oh, it all ends in tears. And oh, who's that? Andy in the back.
Henry Handy nearly went into the. Oh.
A big round of applause there for Handy doing a good job of...
Lord, I'm coming down with the vapors. Handy with the heroic save. Yeah, that really was. Davies sort of couldn't help but be there after that, and Handy did great to avoid it.
Here's Jongen
going for Gardner now.
These
two are in the same class.
Doing well here.
Running wide.
Yeah, Youngman has the move done. So great move there.
Audi is that up ahead?
Uh,
Is that Marcel Sima?
I think that is Sima, yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is Sima, yeah. So get out of the way. He doesn't want to get himself involved in this.
32 laps gone. Jonathan Seville still leading. Marcus Hagel in second. Although we've lost Watson, now it's Matt High in third. As Gardner takes a crazy line and nearly sideswipes Sema while he's at it. Alex Harvey is fourth, Dan Hearn fifth, and Brendan Rooney running in sixth place in the second Porsche. Passi Jelinek leads the AM class. Ryan Davies in second, and Henry Handy in third. And Sasha King has come up into fourth in class. She's 16th overall now, but she is 12 seconds back.
Out there.
Here's Ben Brown, who had a drive-through and then a stop-go 30 as well. He's down in 25th, so been a bit of a disastrous one. All of his own making, unfortunately. As he gets two
runs a little wide there, yeah.
That is not the optimum line, Ben.
Benjamin definitely driving with a level of frustration there behind that wheel. Very understandable.
And that is Hurst in front of him in the McLaren. That is Hurst behind him in the McLaren.
So
he's lost it.
Oh, Ben!
Exactly like Javier Marquez did.
Oh.
There's something wrong with the Mercedes.
Oh, what is going on? The Mercedes are definitely suffering here this evening. There's whatever it is, they're just not enjoying it out there at the moment. Ben Brown pants.
Cucumber Bush, these drivers just aren't ready for the Merc.
I'm just laughing at Ben Brown pants.
I like how Ben Brown was given the place and it just absolutely lost it.
Yeah.
This is Hilden and Marquez fighting for 8th place. Hilden, of course, had a drive-through penalty. He was running in the top 3. He's trying to claw his way back. He could get as high as... I think realistically, actually, he's only going to be able to get 8th. He's maybe 6.5 seconds back from Jelinek.
With 7 minutes,
that took Rooney a long time to claw back.
Yeah, Jelinek is no slouch. So Hilden doing a good job here of just applying the pressure and trying to keep Marquez busy there, trying to fill up that rear view mirror as much as he can.
Although Sammy, who's been checking on Brendan's times, is being reeled back in by Jelinek. Jelinek 1 second off. Marquez under 6 seconds behind them now. And I commentated on a race on Friday at Silverstone where the Porsche led all the way until 5 minutes to go, and then it just absolutely started losing time hand over fist. So if it happens again, you know, there's something wrong with the Porsches that they just can't handle a full race distance.
Just not ideal for a race car.
It's less than a second now, and if Jelinek closes up, Rooney's going to have to let him go, because otherwise, if he starts defending, he'll fall into Javier Marquez.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go. Marquez would have to catch a second a lap.
You can see them up the road there.
A second a minute.
So
as they're just clearing some traffic.
Yeah, so the traffic, this could either help or hinder Rooney.
Brown. And if Ben Brown spoils Rooney's race, I'll beat him up.
Did you hear that, Ben? We're coming for you.
As he moves over.
Moving out of the way there, yeah.
Rooney go through. Ben's sort of had a horrible evening, but he doesn't want to make anyone else's evening as bad as his. And Brown gets in between Rooney and Jelinek. He's actually go for the gap car a favour. Jelinek flashing the lights. He gets him on the next corner. I wonder if that's just enabled Rooney to pull out.
Yeah, he's got him there.
A little extra time. It's come under a second, but
no, that gets back up now to almost 1.8 seconds. So that there has helped Brendan. Has given him a little bit extra breathing room.
Marquez under 5 seconds now from Jelinek. So that's really
Yeah.
helped Rooney.
So Rooney coming out on top there in that exchange.
Sammy Zulu says, Ben Brown, GOAT. The rear tyre wear is horrid. The rear left of that Porsche 911 being punished very hard. And here's Henry Handy, who avoided going into the back of Ryan Davies. Not able to pass him yet. That would be for second in class.
Oh, drive-through. Drive-through.
Indeed,
Yeah, drive-through there for Dan Rhodes with a drive-through there. So, obviously, used a little bit too much of the track.
I think some drivers are in competition with who can get the most drive-throughs.
That's, what, 3 now? Have we got 3 tonight?
Ben Brown is winning at the moment. He had 2. Although, Watson had...
Did Ben have 2 drive-throughs?
Yes, yeah, he had a drive-through, then a stop-go 30.
Ah, Ben.
Ben Broom.
Benny boy. Benny Benassi.
What happened to Jordan? I'm just assuming he must have quit after that incident that he had.
Watson.
We just noticed he suddenly wasn't there. Then he was in the pits.
Yeah, he's still in the pits. That's him there. So, not happy.
I like how you could tell that just from his car.
I see. I looked in the side view mirror and I just got a glimpse of him. So he's not happy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the drivers will be sharing their footage after the race in the Discord channel. We'll definitely have a look at that. See what happened to Jordan. He wasn't close enough for, he didn't ever come in together with Rooney. I don't think they were close enough. I think Watson lost the back end. Yeah.
Because he was just, definitely. There can't be any contact because, he was too far back. But, I'd say maybe just pushing too hard. Rear end stepped out and gone. Is that another drive-through? No, sorry. 2 laps remaining, sorry. Oh, there is another drive-through. Parking with a drive-through now as well.
Oh, Alex, with 2.5 minutes to go. Picking up a drive-through.
Oh.
I suppose the race is a little bit longer than they're used to. They're used to the 45-minuters and their 60-minuters, but this is a 75-minuter.
Yeah. Could be just a level of exhaustion starting to creep in here. Ooh. Davies closing up there under the brakes. This gap is under half a second.
Yeah, Gardner isn't in the same class, but Ryan maybe just wants to put a car between himself and Henry.
Yeah, I mean, that gap behind is less than a second, so...
Jelinek closing up a little bit again. He's back down to 1.3 behind Rooney, but with 1:30 to go, I think Rooney's going to be able to hold on for 6th place.
Unless something dramatic happens, but yeah, he's looking good.
28 of you watching this evening. Thank you very much for joining us, by the way. If you're just joining us, we're in the dying moments. That's another drive-through for Hurst.
Oh my
we're
God.
just in the dying moments of this 75-minute night race at Silverstone in Northamptonshire, England. My name's Kemi Sturch, and I'm with Dan Connolly here.
Hello.
Hello. There we are, 1 minute from the flag, and it's been Jonathan Seville who's led from start to almost finish, unless it goes wrong for him in the dying seconds. As the drive-through penalty emotes are coming out. Princess JT, drive-through, all out Fox. I looked away, and now there's 3 drive-throughs. Yeah, Alex Parkin is serving his, Dan Rhodes isn't, and Dan Hurst is not either, as Ryan Davies tries to go around the outside of Mav Gardner, and that's Jerome Jongen holding them all up, and Henry now on the attack for that 2nd place in class, as he tries to go round the outside of Club. Davies really pinched him there, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So, last few moments of this race, and the action is still taking place. Want to be careful, boys. We're 10 seconds left. Don't want to be getting...
Yeah, and this is the last lap.
Oh, no!
Oh, and that's a horrific accident.
Oh!
Sideways and then flying over the sausage curb as Mav just... Oh no, Jerome Jongen's back on the track.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there wasn't a barrier there, so he didn't have to drive around it, and he's still in front.
Yeah. What?
His tyres would be screaming. He's still in front because there wasn't a barrier. He was just able to cut the whole loop section.
Oh, but what's happening here now? He's slowing down. So
yeah, his tyres are probably glowing red. But anyway, just behind these guys is our race leader, so we should probably... Oh, no, he's slowing down. He doesn't want to drive an extra lap. Look.
Yeah. So he's just taking it easy here, so...
Never go. Here is Jonathan Seville. He started on pole, has the fastest lap, and Seville takes the checker flag to win the 75-minute night race, round 3 of the GT Championship here at Silverstone. It looks like it's going to be Marcus Hagel, his teammate, coming home in second place, who's fending off Matt High. There we go, the old chopper cam out of Luffield through Woodcut comes Marcus Hagel to take silver, second on the podium, 21 seconds back, and there's Matt High to finish third. Alex Shahabi takes home fourth as we wait for Dan Hearn. And Jelinek got past Rooney.
He did. What happened there?
And Rooney's falling into the clutches of Marquez.
Oh, what?
His tyres must be absolutely shot. It's just, and Marquez is going to try it around the outside. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. Rooney.
He is, yeah, because Rooney's after having a snap.
I think Rooney's out of petrol.
No.
Rooney's out of petrol.
He's out of juice. Nightmare.
Unless someone pushes him.
Are we going to see a push from the Audi? No.
No.
Oh,
he gets across the line and finishes 9th.
Absolute nightmare for Rooney.
That's the only explanation I've got, that he ran out of fuel.
He ran out of juice, 100%.
He must have only realised it in the last couple laps. He'd been pushing hard and hadn't thought ahead of time to start lifting and coasting. That Jelinek got past, then Javier Marquez closed up that 5-second gap, and even Hilden got past over the line. Drama indeed. Nobody gave him a push.
That is a nightmare.
Not even the Audi, which I really thought would, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it was Hilden, actually, I think, so...
Well, the Audi might not have known what was happening. So, but... Yeah, nightmare scenario.
No, very unfortunate. I'll certainly be giving Rooney some words, but, I mean, it's always better to overfuel than underfuel, because I've done laps where I'm carrying 50 litres and somehow managed to go quicker than I've gone with 10 litres in the car, you know?
Yeah.
It just makes the car more stable, as Seville doing some power slides in celebration of his victory here tonight. Brendan says, ran out of fuel. He only needed 0.2 of a litre. So he thought he was going to get across the line with 0. But as that last lap develops, he slowly worked out, hang on, I'm going to be, less than a bottle of Coke away. Less
than a can.
Less than a can.
Less than a can of Coke. I'll tell you now, I have a can of Coke sitting over here. Hold on. Can of Coke.
How many Freddos was he?
2 cans of Cokes. That's all he needs.
But how many Freddos was that, Dan?
How many Freddos? 1.4.
You got to think how many... well, if you're melting down Freddos...
Oh, well, if you're taking heat into it, that's a different story.
Engines get hot. Engines got hot.
Yeah, but the fuel tank generally is not too hot.
No, that's true. Right, we better wrap things up. 33 of you watching, 34. I think that's drivers just jumping in to see what we're saying, see if we're talking about them.
See if we're talking smack. We're not. Well, we were earlier, but not now.
That's Sasha King. She's scary.
That is Sasha. Oh, don't...
Scary driver. Love to find out what happened to Jordan Watson as well, but... Yeah, I'm sure we'll see you guys and girls in the Discord chat. I've been Cammy Sturch. He's been Dan Connolly. Thank you very much for joining us. Any closing thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, invest in Freddos. Put all your money into Freddo bars. Never mind crypto.
Everybody.
Goodbye.